Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Feeling all shiny. Reflect what time I've stored. Ooh, right. So, bit of a change. Well, it's not a change because I didn't actually plan to do Valheim. But when I went in this morning to the wonderful Jonathan Raymaker stream, I did actually explain to him that there was a bit of a problem with the Valheim server. Well, this is we call it Builderheim. So there was a bit of a problem with the Valheim server, Builderheim, and the server is currently it's now up, but was currently offline, which meant there was going to be no Valheim. So what I thought was, rather than wait around all day and figure out what to do, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has just released on Switch 2. Now I don't have a Switch 2. I wasn't that lucky. I'm not actually bothered. Not just yet. Not just yet. Still love my Switch 1. So I thought to myself, why don't I start Breath of the Wild from scratch? So I've got a bit of a different setup today because I've got my laptop in front of me. Because I've changed my PC setup, the situation we now have, which I didn't think about until early. I've thought of another way I could have done it, but too late now. Because I've changed my PC setup and how I stream, all my streaming is handled by my laptop, which is in front of me now. Which does also mean that you get the webcam view, which is not a great webcam, but there you go. There's a webcam view, and you get the side cam view, so you still get all the same views. So what I did is I decided to go with Zelda. Plus, later you will notice if you look very carefully, it's more visible if I go to the webcam view. But if you look carefully, you can see just below my light switch up there. You got to work out. So there's a hook, and there's a hook just hidden there. What could they be for? Do we wonder what they could be for? Well, we might be having a slight adjourning stream later whilst something appears. Let's put it that way. So let's await the adjournment. I'm basically awaiting Thing appearing, and when Thing appears, we adjourn the stream. But however, this should be a fairly reliable setup. I've tested it a couple of times this afternoon. I'm just going to turn that off. So I've got a fan up there. There we go. But what's happening is the battery is going on it. So it's stopping. It's stopping and starting because it needs charging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up The Legend of Zelda, and hopefully this should work. I've set it up quite well for the side camera actually as well, so we can have the side camera for the most part. Hang on, and you need one of my lights, don't you? You need one of my little lights, not that one, not flashing red. Where's white? White's there. Right. So we have a bit more light. I can get that to stick. There we go. So, from the beginning, Breath of the Wild. So we're going to start a new game. I'm going to do it on my Loon's profile. And I'm just going to make the HDMI source a little bigger. So we'll just expand that. And I might as well extend it off the top of the screen up there as well. Right, so, new game. Join me at the beginning of a very epic adventure into the world of Hyrule.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
So this is the Shrine of Resurrection, where we start. this is the first one yet. Still my favourite. So we go, and this is where we get the Sheikah slate, around which this entire game is based, because you need this thing.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
100 years of slumber. So that's my first object. That's the one. That's for the ancient spaff. You've followed me through too many times through this game, haven't you, goat? You're even calling it ancient spaff now. So here, if you watch here, Link, if he kicks a chest open, he stubs his toe. So I get some well-worn trousers and a well-worn tunic. Old shirts, so I can put those on. So we have basic levels of clothing now. Now in here is other stuff, but at the moment there's not a lot I can do. In those there are other things, those boxes. So this is my first.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal.
Take it off, take that
That
off!
will show you the way.
Are you wanting Naked Link? Mr. Raymaker. Should be Lord Raymaker. So let's put him on his station. Ah, the bright light, it hurts my eyes! Oh, we've just had asparagus.
You are the light.
But you know what that means, don't you, later?
Our light.
You are our
That
light.
must shine upon Hyrule once again.
You must. Link, you
Now go.
must. Now go. Now go. I'm not going to tell you anything else. Just go. Get out of here. Go. Asparagus wee. Asparagus wee, asparagus wee. And so, you get to climb. Are we ready for this? I'm going to mute the mic because this is a beauty. What does asparagus mean? Smelly wee. Or it does for me anyway. Apparently it doesn't work on everybody, but I will be doing mighty powerful wheeze later. I want to mute the mic, and we're going to get the beautiful intro. Gorgeous. So that's my first weapon, a tree branch. And this is the start of many Hylian shrooms. We also have another tree branch. And we also have some more Hylian shrooms. And I believe there's a Hyrule herb as well. So we're doing the usual forage for things. Now, it's never a good idea. I think that's a lizard. If I go up to that slowly, it will not run away. I've already got a high-tailed lizard. Ah, the bird flew off. And here we get some apples, which are great because you can just eat them raw. There's a lot of the stuff you can't eat raw. There's one up here. And here we get to meet the old man. So if you go to grab his apple, he tells you off. Forgive me, I could not resist pulling your leg. Yes, King, you're a dick. I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau, otherwise known as Training World. This is where you train. No, you can't. You want to. You want to attack. You really want to attack him, but no, you can't. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. So here's my next weapon of sorts, because you can use a torch as a weapon. It tells you about monsters. It tells you about lock-on targeting. So it's telling you about baked apples. So what you do is you put an apple. Basically teaching you how to bake things. So you put it at the side of the fire, wait for it to catch fire. Just be a bit further away than that. So you've got a baked apple now.
Ooh.
Right, here's an axe. Yes, enjoy your lurk, Mr. Haymaker. So that's now a weapon. And here we go.
Link. Head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
Slate. And this is our first tower. So follow the Sheikah slate. So we need to bring out our Sheikah slate. And there's the map. Let's go to. So what is it we're going to? Well, actually, it's the first tower. If we go straight there, we immediately start encountering things. However, mobs on the plateau don't pose too much of a challenge. It's more the fact that your weapons are still a bit weak and you break them easily. So we're heading down to the Sheikah plate. Oh, that's our first choo-choo. Yeah, Link breaks very easily. Now the nice thing is here, there's some baddies at the bottom of here, but what you can do is you can roll these rocks. Like that. And that gets you your first club. So you get your little Bocco club, which I'm sure used to be a Bocco bat. And what are we heading towards? Well, we're heading towards the tower. Oh, actually we're heading towards that rock formation because it's not a tower yet. These are just puddles. Right, I've got a level 4 weapon, so let's use it. And that gets me my first sword and shield. So, first sword. So we'll get rid of one of these. And my first arrows. Not got a bow yet. And it's only a matter of time. Oh, the beautiful music. And here we go. This is the start of everything going wrong. No, don't do it! You're going to start a game that's 100 hours long. A lot quicker than that. I think records back under 2 hours. Speedrun. I don't like speedruns. Because you don't need to support any of the divine beasts. You don't need to get. Not hard for me to get any. I think you can do it without 4 hearts. Because you can leave the Great Plateau quite early. And here's our first ancient spath. But now I've got to get back down. So here comes King Rome to taunt me.
Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Now then, you must hurry, Link. Before it's too late.
So now I'm up on the tower and I need to get down because he goes, "Oi!" Now to get down from the tower, if you're good at it, you can just run. You don't have to climb it again, because at first I thought, oh, you've got to climb the tower again. But you can just do that, basically. And as long as your positioning's right. You can make it down the tower quite easily.
Oh!
As soon as you touch ground, that's when he taunts you. Look at me with my paraglider. You've had an enemy. The tower across like you just erupted across the land, one after another. Yeah, basically, yeah. Give me that paraglider. No. We did. But we're not going to admit we know Zelda. Because she's a crap voice actor. Yup. The beast is awakened. So Old Man's basically saying now, right, save Hyrule. I do. Of course I do. Silly not to. Keep going that way, you'll go right to that castle. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out to me, chap. Well, yeah. Yeah, a bit like that. Come on. So he tells me to go back up to the top of the tower and scope out the landscape. So he's basically now going to point out that to me. Okay. Let's go and get the treasure. With no energy. This, of course, is where you pick up your first skills. So this one is magnesis, which is the power to magnetise shit. Carry stuff around. The best, actually, my favourite of the skills. You can sort of tell they're giving it away to you because these metal things in the bottom of there. There's metal boxes at the side, but we also get the EX chest at the side, which gives us a ruby. And this is our first shrine. One of 120. Which, of course, gives you a travel gate. So you can now fast travel to this area. And now we have to go and solve it. And these four are very easy. And they're basically teaching you how to use your newfound skills. So they're very easy. No, that I wouldn't say any of the shrines are that difficult, but these four in particular are very easy. So we go and get our ancient spaff. So that gives us magnesis. So our first rune. And of course, as is true gaming style, you need that rune to complete this particular level. So, you'll notice those are slightly shiny. That's because they are plastic. You can pick those up and go down there. Just have a river flowing with a way back up. And same again. Magnetic block there for some reason. It's almost as if it's telling you, oh look, there's another one there. So you can either push those with that and get those out of the way, and also while you're at it, you can drop it on his head. So that's a baddie. Not that difficult to kill, I don't think, these ones either. No. Not that difficult to kill. That's my first ancient parts. And then there's this one to cross. Basically, you have to move the bridge. Open these. And that's our first one. Now, I seem to remember there's a chest in the water around here. So I've not had the chest yet. I can't remember where it is. There's a chest in there somewhere. Oh, it's there. There's always a chest in every single shrine. There's at least one. Usually worth having as well. There you go, my first bow. And that is dungeon number 1. Solved. You have the movement to possess the resolve of a true hero. Oh, Manau. Oh, Manau. You can watch this one. With Skeletal Man. I bestow this gift upon you, my first of these. Please accept this spirit orb. Okay then, I'll have it. Go on then. I'll take it off your hands. Is it worth much? Can I car boot it? No, it's a bit dried up and it, you know, like those mushrooms that sort of puff and go off. It'll be like one of those if he did it.
Oh!
So the old man has to make his presence known. It's like, look at me with my paraglider.
Oh.
Sheikah inhabited lands. It does actually. You notice it does actually show you the Sheikah logo with the crying eye. I believe there are still 3 more. That wasn't the deal. Well, yeah, I changed my mind. He's a dickhead. And then he gives you it, and you're suddenly so satisfied and pleased about him. It's like, I don't get it. Yeah. First time I ever played it, I missed this trick.
Oh.
Because I was too busy going through. Yes, it does. So what we do is we walk up to the top of the tower. And here we see the old man, and what he wants me to do is basically he wants me to scope out where they are. So let's have a scope. Right, so scope it. He wants me to mark all these. So that's the old man, that's the edge of the plateau. There's the path. So the first one is over. Nope, not like that. Yeah. No, just let me scope it. There we go. So there's the first one. Second one is up there. And the final one is right up there. Which isn't actually as far away as you think. Right, so I need to go back down again. Not without speaking to him first. Back down, because it's a bit easier just going down on this tower than it is warping back over to the other one, because the next one I need to go to is over this side. You're better off heading around the wall to get to it. So if you go in from the front, there's a couple of nasty surprises. Towards the red pin first. First time I've run my stamina wheel out. I'll get some stamina back. You see where I'm heading? Pond just here. Yeah, those are what you've got to look for. You can search them as you go past though. You guys are about to go into ads. Is that one alive? Yep, that one's alive. Oh no! Don't do that. So you realise with this one, it's not too bad. There's places to hide. And then there's another one. I think there's 2. So because you've got obviously a bombable wall there, you know what you're going to be getting in this one, don't you? We can pretty much determine what we're going to get at this one. And it ain't cyanosis. So here's our next one. Another easy shrine. You usually do the ancient plateau in under an hour. More ancient stuff. Plop! Bang, 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 bang. So, time for bombs. So we'll start with round bombs. Now this one. Chest in that. Which contains a Traveller's Claymore. Yay! A bit too big for me at this point of the game, but we shall deal. And then this is a timing one. Now this shows you what you can do. If you notice, there's also another chest across there. So what we can do is go and get that chest. Being careful not to injure ourselves, bearing in mind we don't have no power glider. That's my first amber. So let's bear in mind we have no paraglider at the moment. Drop that into there. And then boom! There we go. That's the bomb trial done. That wasn't too complicated, was it now? And of course that is basically going and what happens when you vomit? Ah, you get one of them. Have the key bits there. Of course it's our first night. Oh no! Not another one! Oh no! Everywhere. So let's go to his next one, eh? Now his next one, we need some lovely warm stuff for? Because unfortunately, where it is a bit chilly. But the next one is up there, look. Now I've got a few more keys flying around here. I love that. Oh, restless cricket as well, for good measure. Love their bits. And there's also octopus style creatures. Hi, back. Oh, the cobbling arms, absolutely useless. I've already cracked that joke, goat. Now the nice thing is, some more apples here. There's also some mushrooms. Food. He said food. He meant food. That's my first rush room. There's also... So there's them guys down there, look. Which at some point later in the game I can kill. However, this is what I need. Oh no, look who it is again. Yeah, it's just released for Switch 2. It's the same game. I think there's been a few quality and life improvements, but that's all. Now this is what we need. Is the spicy peppers. And this gives us, I believe this gives us a recipe. Call it spicy meat and seafood fry. I don't know. Oh well, we've got a low battery on one of my controllers, even though they're on charge. It might be this charger that's not very good, actually. Might be that's not very good. It's that one. That one's a charger, isn't it? Yeah, my charger's not playing. Let me just adjourn for a second, and I will go and grab my other battery. I will not be a second. Okay, perhaps 5 or 10. Yep, this is still the original Switch. This is the proper Switch. Ah, that's charging. So that one obviously just doesn't like charging. Hey, bless them. Bless them. Battery brick. So I've got it on my battery brick. With the longest wire known to man. Longest USB cable known to man. So yeah, it tells you about a warm doublet. Your warm doublet. Let's get the woodcutter back though. Get rid of the stick. So we get some more spicy peppers. Big tackle. There's a couple more things around here. I think there's a few more mushrooms. So this is the one where you can basically sneak under that. You can sneak up on the camp. Right, let's make some warm food. What? Snake? There aren't any snakes. There aren't snakes in this game. So that should give me a warm... should give me a warm boost. Simmered fruit gave me no boost at all. Let's just do it with spicy peppers, eh? Solid snake. That gives me 5 minutes. Now once you get up there, you get more. Yeah, stop it. I'll have billions of apples later in game. So what you do here is you face where you want the tree to go. Warm doubloon, yes. The tree should do that. And then hopefully you can try not to walk down, or walk and fall. Because if you fall down into the valley, you die. Now they're asleep still. So let's hope they stay asleep, eh? So the next one is up and to the left. And as you go up to this one, this is when it goes, shing, it's too cold. We got the mushroom. We don't try not to eat mushrooms because there's a quest later in the game where you need 50 odd of them. So we need to go up and to the left again. Up to the right, I mean. Couple more mushrooms. I remember the first time I did this. Yeah, it's more than 50. It's like 54 or 56 of them. It's, I remember the quest is in the end. It's the Gerudo Desert stable. It's that. Oops, I didn't want to do that. At this point in the game, you don't jump. You just climb. So we refresh his energy, and then we are nearly up there. And the gateway to the cold. I think just as you get up here, it goes, shing, it's cold. It goes, you're too cold now. Oadime Shrine. This one, I believe, is stasis. This is where you get your stasis rune. This one's cool actually, this challenge, because it teaches you how to use stasis, but it does it in a really clever way. Basically freezing cogs. So we get the rune. Ancient spaff. A blob of it. Plop. Nice stasis. Right, so this is where we need to use stasis as our main skill. And what we have to do is freeze the cog. Wait till that's there. And then stop time. Get a few seconds where the object doesn't move. It's the same here. I think I hear someone coming upstairs, so this could be time to send you on a little break. Yes, I think we are here. I think the new thing is here, so I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to send you guys on a break while we put the Koroks up. I shall I presume that's what it is. Do we have Korok delivery?
We do, but just give me a minute.
Right, we do have Korok delivery. So yes, I'm going to send you on a break while we have Korok delivery. I'm going to put the Squadron R video on, so it's a couple of minutes. While we don't hurt them. I'm going to hurt them. Because I'm going to hurt them. That's what you do with Koroks. You drop rocks on their heads. Throw them into lava. She's knitting me a pool of lava next. She's going to knit me a massive pool of lava blanket, so I can put the lava blanket down and throw them into the lava blanket. But you're going to see it. You're going to see the completed article, or I think it's completed. It is completed. That you heard that. You heard that. So here we go. I am going to put you into the music video while we sort this out. You see them? We have a Korok string. We have got a Korok string. So we have all the Koroks now hung. Now I'm going to adjust that possibly before my next stream, so it's hung slightly differently, but that's the that's what it looks like. So we've got 6 Koroks hanging from a vine. And well hung Koroks, yes, they're very well hung. Thank you for that. Thank you for dragging the stream down to the gutter, Goat. It was already in the sewer, so you might as well finish the job. But that is my string of Koroks. So that is some more. Yeah, of course I'm welcome. So from the webcam, thank you for the slap. And side cam, I don't know if you can see them on side cam as well. Look, they look all hanging down, all cute. Gotta keep me honest. Well, gotta keep me weird. So back to Zelda. So let's see if I can find a real Korok. But yes, that's the decoration done. I hope you like them. Not you, Goat. Here we go, let's freeze that. So we get a chance to run up there. We don't be greedy, because they start rolling again. Top one's a bit easier to get. Wait for... That's problem with... that is the only problem with stasis. It's very slow to recharge. So we get the chest. That's the third shield. Just getting enough time to go back down there before the next one comes. Yes, of course books are good. And here is our first iron sledgehammer. Bring some literature to the plebs. Plebeians. So this is teaching us about charging. This. So when you charge, when you stop time, you can then hit the thing, and you can build up charge. There we go. So that is stasis. Stasis completed. You're reading 5 books currently. Go, you mad. Ba 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 bam. I have also got beer now. She bringed me beer. So the next one is right up in the cold world. And as we start climbing up this hillside, that is where we suddenly find... Here you go, he goes, ding! You're so cold! I think it happens just as you go up here. It's a bit nipply up here. There we go. It's nipply. Now I have some food, but it only gives me 5 minutes. So I've got to be really quick getting up over to the next shrine. And surprisingly, you can do it fairly quickly. Links for... Oh, thank you, Lon Lon Rancher. I'm actually playing... Link doesn't have nipples. Well, he can't do because he's not freezing. I'm actually playing it on the original Switch. Which is lovely to be back in Hyrule. I do love Breath of the Wild. And I'm so glad a new generation of gamers are experiencing it on Switch 2 as well. It's a beautiful game. So we're racing to get to the next shrine. Yep, see you in a bit, goat. So what I tend to do is go around the edge of the plateau. That mountain there is quite sad. I'll show you that at some point later, when I've got the warmed up look. And I've got a bit more ability. So we are heading towards that. So we'll slide down this hill. Now, sodium pot. Yeah. It is a bit of there. Elf Daddy. Now, there's a camp there if you look. You don't actually have to deal with them. So there's a couple of stages up here where you can stop off. I've got 2 minutes and 43 left of my resistance. So what you can do is you can go around the back. There's another DX chest there, by the way. We'll get that later. So there's a few stages where you can just stop up here and get a rest. As we get towards the end of night number 2. Oh, sorry, night number 1. So there's the Kate Nelwut Shrine. Once I've done this, I then get my paraglider. Suddenly, all this becomes so much easier. Now, once you're in the shrine, you don't need the cold. It's not cold in a shrine, so you don't need the cold relief. So again, this is another fairly easy one. They're all fairly easy. It's lessons, these. So teaching you how to freeze ice blocks onto water. Could be ancient tears as well. She's like, wah! Flop. So you notice there's one missing. We don't get that one for a little bit yet. And that's the camera. And then there's other ones you get as well later on in the game. But yes, we need to, because you obviously can't jump up there, so you need to make an ice block. Right, what's that way? Do I remember this? Ah yeah, it's just back round. I can't remember this road that way. So around here, the only bit you get here is you do get a wee beastie. But what you can do is you can actually go up on a block, transfer across here on blocks. Ooh, you little shit! Once you're on a block, it doesn't really swing you that well. Like that. Or you can walk under it like that. Catch you by surprise. Not that difficult to be fair. And done. Now the chest is up there. So remember the chest. And that gives me a traveller's spear, which I won't say no to. It's a ranged weapon. It's not a twig. And our next move is to do one of these. So basically you're just creating a slope to get up. Doesn't matter which one you do. They both get to the same place. And your final stage, which it teases you with the chest lock. And that is the final rune. And that has also given me the final orb, which means I can go and get the paraglider off that massive bell end. King Rome.
Oh!
Oi! Give me the paraglider now, you prick. To tell you everything, but first, meet me. We know where it is. Yes. We know. So we need to head down. Well, where all the shrines cross. Oh, so if we draw one across from there, and if we draw one across from there to there, what do we get in the middle? Oh, hang on. Must be that. So, however, the easiest way to get to it, because I don't have a paraglider at the moment, so the easiest way to get to it is to go and warp back to the Shrine of Resurrection. Just as my cold resistance runs out. Good timing. Not to worry, soon I will have suitable clothing. Now the thing is, you can actually shield surf as well, but not down steps. So how was the food, Vic? How was Norman Looney's Food Club food? It is Food Club. Let's be fair, it's Food and Smoke Club. Right, so we don't want to go in there, we want to go up to the main one. Cutting across the corner. Up to the Temple of Time. There is a wee beastie on the steps to defeat. Here he is. Right, let's get his club. No! Let's get his club. You stole my club. Right. And then, oh, how do we get onto the roof? Oh, look, that somebody's put a ladder here. Well, isn't that a damn shame? About hung Koroks. Well, yeah. Well hung Koroks. I didn't make the comment. That was definitely you, goats. There he is. Oh, and look, he's got a blue glow around him. I wonder what that could be. Cutscene.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule.
Bosphoramus.
I was the last leader of Hyrule. A kingdom which no longer exists.
No, he's not actually evil. He's not actually evil. He's got some serious issues with his beard.
The great calamity was
He's not
merciless.
actually evil.
It devastated everything in its path. Lo,
Lo,
a century ago.
And I thought it said
It
Io.
was then
I thought
that
he was
my
talking
life was
about the
taken
moon
away
of
from
Jupiter.
me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form.
Of an old pedo.
Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Cutscene!
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past. The Demon
it's
King
King
was
Rome
born into his
Bosporus.
kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also
So it's in my
a prophecy.
so it's in my cable arc. It's got more twists in it. So there's a problem with these
The signs of a resurrection of
cables.
Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant.
If you get twists in them, they just curl up.
We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the
Divine
hands of
beasts.
our distant ancestors.
Several. 4.
These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon.
And it all went to shit.
But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining.
Yes. He came out to put round fire behind.
He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the Divine Beasts, turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess. And thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope.
What
The
beast
fate
is up
of
first?
Hyrule rests with you.
The game wants you to go to... The game always sort of pushes you in the
Princess was
direction
my own
of...
daughter, my dear Zelda.
pushes you in the direction of
And
the
the courageous
Zora's
knight
kingdom.
who protected her right up to the very end.
But that gets you, for me, the
That
worst of
knight
the skills
was
first.
none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly.
So I tend to play the
when
long
your fate
game,
took an unfortunate turn.
and I go and do Vamedo first and get
You are taken
the
to the Shrine
Rivali's
of
Gale.
Resurrection.
Because
Here
that
you now
helps you get around
stand,
the map
revitalized
quicker.
100 years later.
Ideally, Rivali's
The words
Gale,
of guidance you have been
Urbosa's
hearing since
Fury,
your
because
awakening
Urbosa's
are
Fury is
from
quite
Princess
difficult.
Zelda herself.
So Rivali's Gale, Urbosa's
Even
Fury,
now,
and then do the other two,
As she
because
works
they
to restrain
don't
Ganon
really
from
give
within
you that
Hyrule
much.
Castle, she calls out for your help.
They're
However,
also, you don't get
my
control over
daughter's
when
power
those two
will
get
soon be
used, whereas
exhausted.
Rivali's Gale and
Once
Urbosa's
that
Fury you
happens,
do.
Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link.
No, you don't. You've been a prick with me
I am
already.
powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to
Save
annihilate
her,
Ganon.
because I was crap. Father's Day as
Somehow,
well.
Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa.
Not Kakariko.
She will tell you more
Kakariko.
about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks.
Kakariko Village again.
From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
It keeps calling it Kakariko Village. Did you hear that? Because I heard that. Here's the paraglider. About bloody time. Now, mate with the paraglider, you massive bellend. You must save Hyrule. Okay. You're not exactly filling me with confidence. Seek out Impa. So here they come. Here's my job list. Basically. So my job list is now destroy Ganon. Good luck with that one. That's the game. So basically, finish the game. Seek out Impa. So we know where Impa is. And also we get a couple of little bonus chests as we get a bow. So that's now got me 2 bows. And we get a paraglider. Yay! Paraglider, yay! And we also get to fly down into here and go. Dump. Yes, we've got paraglider go wee. Not boat go wee, paraglider go wee. Paraglider go wee. So we have 4 spirit orbs, which means we can cash those in. Heart container. And fans. Finally, no, that one. Do you wish for another heart container? Yes. Ding, 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 ding. What? Speaking of heart containers, look, I've got 100. Mine are a bit more retro than this game though. Did Vic go to Cocorico Village yesterday and go and see a film about Cocoricos? Sorry, cock. Right. And in here, it is always important to remember that there are 2 chests. Or there are chests and things you can break. So there's one here. I can now leave the Great Plateau. At last. And of course the other thing we have, if we want a chest, is if we go back up here. Yeah, it's going to be cold, but I can soon get out again. There's a DX chest up there. The one. So if we look at the side where we came on top of the wall, chest. So yeah, I'm cold. Oh. Make sure we get that. While we're at it, I don't think there's anything else immediate that we can get. So let's drop off the plateau. What I should have done is actually just gone from where I am now, because that would have took me down into Dig Dug. So which tower do I do first? Well, I'm not an Omanana, so the first one to do, I would think, is off the top of the plateau. So even though he wants me to go to Cocorico Village first, there's a tower, absolutely beautifully positioned just there, look. And those of you who know me, hello Monica! I played Zelda, aren't I? That's why you're here. Hyrule Kingdom. You can see, hang on, let me go back to full camera again. You can see the Koroks behind, look. Look at them. Look at them. The Koroks. They're so cute. Yeah, I've started it from scratch again. So we'll go through these woods. Be careful with these woods. They have moblins in them, but moblins are about as fast as a slow thing. So we don't worry too much about them. Well, 3 cameras, but one of them's mounted on my laptop. So we're gonna go do what? I just felt my controller vibrate. Please tell me I didn't just walk near the... I didn't just walk too near something and wake it up. Oh no, I think I caught that. I think I caught a cable under the desk. So let's go to the top of here and regard with envious eyes the tower which I'm about to go and do. One of the towers that absolutely terrifies absolutely bloody everyone. What you can do first, you go through the Exchange Ruins, there is a shrine you can get first. I think you need fire arrows for it. I think you need fire arrows. You also now get the ability shield surf. I love it once you can shield surf. You can get around the map so quick, especially in Hebra. You start shield surfing and it's crackers. So yeah, first shrine we get is this one. Kami attack. Kami attack. As I say, if I remember, I think this one you need fire arrows for. I shall pop in and have a look. I shall regard this shrine and decide on my plan of action. Do I do it? Do I leave it for later? Do I ignore the fact it ever exists and never do it? I can't remember. Yes, the Trial of Power. So the Trial of Power is quite a lengthy one. If I remember correctly, you're essentially stasising this. Because it swings back and hits you. The other way you can do it is also to just the magnet. Oh, like that. You remember what I said about it swinging back and hitting you? Just get some food. That's all I've got, but that'll do. I am just going to pop and use the littlest room. I will not be a second. I've been drinking a lot. Also, it's given me a chance, while I've been briefly popped away, to do a little adjustment on the Koroks. See if this works any better. So what I've done is I've hung them slightly higher. So what they look like from side camera, so you can sort of see them a little more. So they've been a bit more behind me now, look. So yeah, what I've done is I've hung them from the curtain pole. So I think that might be the way to do it. Now this one, the first one's quite easy. You just wait for the thing to go. This one, on the other hand, either stasis one of them, stop it in there, which stops all the others, or you have to pick one up and magnesis it. Bomb arrow those and then set fire to all that. So this is what I said about it needing fire. Oh well. First death. So yeah, you do need fire arrows, I was right. Bomb arrows aren't always good for making fire. I'm going to go back out to this one, and I shall come back when I have fire arrows. Yeah, I remembered that one needing further things. Even though it's really close to the Great Plateau, your link is very squishy. However, what we can do, because, oh, here we go. We now start getting all our EX to us. The Ancient Mask. Yeah, once you come out of your first shrine. Fairy Clothes. We also get Twilight Relic. We get Ganon's Armour. So this one here, I do remember Monika, if Monika's still around, I do remember me telling Monika the technique to use on this one. Showing them how to do it. So your best way of doing this one is to come in on this hill. Oh, buggeration. He's going to see me. Got to be really careful. That is the only one you cannot control. There's a stalker over there, look. So you've got to be really careful with that guardian stalker. So the way you do this is you always stay in the shadow. Always stay in the shadow of a rock. And there's always somewhere, so they'll go diddle-diddle-dee. There's always somewhere you can hide. So one of them will go diddle-diddle-dee. There we go. You get into here. You're hidden. Yeah, it's one you just remember. You just have to remember that you've always got. It's always good also to remember to save. You can do two jumps and then climb. You can't quite manage a third jump, but you should just manage to get there. That's why you save. Usually you manage to get out of the space. Let's see if I can manage a third jump. Died. One, two, three. So you have to keep against the tower. One, two, three. Keep against the tower. Luckily it's not a permadeath run, yeah. Oh. So that one you've got to be careful, you've got to be a bit quicker with that one. Yeah, I think once you get so far up, you stop getting the triggers. This is it, I'm at the top now. You can't, unfortunately, just jump up there either because it's too high. But this is my first tower. There we go, first tower. Sheikah Tower activated. now we've got a warp point. And as you get more things, you can start a bit sillier. You're not like all the time. It's crying. If it's not ancient spot, it's like, meh. The ancient Sheikah. So that gives me a fairly sizable section of Hyrule, including the castle. And we also now get the Sheikah sensor, which starts going bubba bubba when we're near a shrine. So we're a bit off Blood Moon yet. A bit off a Blood Moon yet, but I think the next place to head is, you see over there, look, there's my next location. There's my next tower. That tower is quite easy to get. Now the only problem is getting to that tower is quite difficult. So I think come off the Great Plateau Tower rather than try crossing, because if you try crossing Hyrule Field, there's a lot of Guardian Stalkers. They're fast, you can't outrun them. They will hurt you. They will mess you up good and proper. So we tend to avoid those. So let's come off the Great Plateau. Now the Great Plateau Tower gives you a great view actually, look. And you can see, there's the stable, look. So we'll head via the stable. Now bearing in mind I only have one circle of stamina, so I can't do my mega flights across the map. It's not just yet. But I can make it to that tower, briefly rest, and then fly again. Make it to the watchtower. Hang on, there's the ladder. Ladders are only one-sided in this game, by the way. So if you... Oh shit, there's a bunch of them big things. There you go, killed one. Once you kill one, the rest of them bugger off. Now when you're jumping up ladders as well, your energy does rejuvenate. Got some fire arrows. You also get these, so you can... Boom. Right, so the next place I need to go, I'm heading towards the... I'm going to head towards the stable next. So let's head through the woods, because I don't want them seeing me just yet. The shrine that is pinging is the one that is sat on the right hand side. Oh, oh hello. Goodbye. Oh, not yo. Your head as well. Yeah, literally, that is all you need to do. And that calls them off. And the other trick is always stay high at this point of the game. So stay on the hills. If you go uphill, you can always fly across areas of the map. So So you see there's some of us there in those woods asleep. Look, some of the goblins, I think. Yep, they're the goblins. Also be very wary of open plains, because that's where you get the horse riding goblins. That, one of these, I can tell you now, is going to wake up on me and go. I think it's this one. One of the rocks wakes up. Not that one. Yeah, there's one of the rocks around here is a. It's a mini boss. Let's get the Hyrule herb. Make sure I'm not turned round as well. You always know when you've reached the mini boss because your controller starts vibrating. We don't kill foxes. First rule of this game. Foxes are cute. You leave them alone. The shrine ping is from that one there, which is the shrine for my first stable. So we're generally heading in the direction of Impa. We're going to do it. Right, if you just walk away from them, they'll follow you for so far, but they won't go in range of a stable. So they'll go so far and then they'll just turn round. In fact, they've probably done it already. Yeah, look, it's turned around and gone back. So this is my first stable. Let's go and get the shrine. So which shrine is this one? Because I can't remember most of the shrines. I remember how to finish them. Metal connections. I do know this one. I do remember this one. It's the one where you have to use these here. Because they're climbable. They're climbable. So you go up them first. Get your chest. And the problem is, if you notice, that one is slightly higher. So you can't just use these three of these here. What you have to do is stack those. You might as well go into the right side. Get them into the corner as well, because then they don't fall over. Stack that one there. Up we go. Try again. This time with some energy. And got that. That. Got yourself a ladder. Now this one. You need to make it a little bit further away. Circuit wall. Circuit wall, that. No! Finally. one. She can't rotate, unfortunately. So unlike Tears of the Kingdom, where you can pick stuff up like this and rotate it and just get it into the position that you need it to be in. So that is a bit too far out. Unlike Tears of the Kingdom. You can't rotate pieces. Oh, that's a tragic bit of unfortunateness. There we go. And that's my first off the thing shrine done. Off the plateau. So the shrine on the map is now all blue. I have my first orb. Bloop. Fills my hearts as well. So, stable. Let's go and discover the stable and start my journey to stabledom and horse ownership. So we go and speak to the people at the stable. So we speak to this guy first.
Ah.
You bored your horse companions with us, so you summon them. Catch a wild horse? It's yours.
Oh. Oh.
So we do that, then we pop inside and go and pop to the counter. There's also the side counter which you get on the next game.
Ah.
Will you be staying with us? No, never mind. Horses carry over into Tears of the Kingdom. So if you play Breath of the Wild and then you play Tears of the Kingdom on the same Switch, you get the option to have your horses. So what I'll do is I'll carry on over. I'll go and find Impa. And Impa will then send me over to Hatino village, because that's what she does. To go and see, not Robbie, it's the other one first, Pura. We're going to see Impa first, and that basically introduces you to the three Sheikah. The Holy Trinity of Sheikah. So I'm just heading over there, look. So you can see the Pillars of Levea there. Kakariko village. Ah, there's a shrine on the right hand side near here, I think. It's sort of tucked back a bit. On the right, it's somewhere back here. There, it's on that island. Oh, it's Nutty Island. The flowers! I think it's Nutty Island, that one. The flora. Right, so let's deal with you. Now you can't swim. If I knock you into the water, oh no! You'd think they'd stay away from bridges if they couldn't swim. Lika. Hey, mighty rice balls! I like mighty rice balls. Yeah, go back to the stables, you things. So it's right up here. We're currently heading up towards Kakariko village. There's another bridge coming up. And then we're heading up to the Pillars of Levea. That's And here comes my first weather. Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be cloudy? It's just going to be crap. It's just cloudy. So as I say, we're making a path around Floret Sandbar, which is that.
Yeah.
Ooh, lovely. A heavy bottle game. Dear. So, Psycho Sandbar is possibly doable. Yep, that is definitely Floret Sandbar. So the way onto Floret Sandbar, quite easy, is to go... Oh, evil goat! The way to Floret Sandbar... Oh, I tell Lizard though. Let's just go there, because the water's easy to get through. And this is where we get to meet the nuttiest character. The nuttiest character in Zelda games ever. And bearing in mind, we've met Tingle. Well, here she is. They're so pretty! Don't touch them! So you need arrows, because the only way you can kill any creatures in here is if you swing a sword. The only way you can kill any creatures in here is to shoot them, and there are things. So you go along here, and here. Don't touch the flowers because she's a nutter. So that's what we have to do. Not injure the flowers. Because, as I say, she's a ruddy nutter. And there's a little tiny bit just in front. This is the problem. I have no arrows left. And if I swing a weapon... Hang on, I'll tell you what I've got. Actually, what I've got is the ability to just bloody walk away. Because they don't get told off. And I do. It's this bit here. There's some flowers in the middle and you have to go through this gap here. Healer Row Shrine. Yeah, never upset that woman. So we get watch out for the flowers completed. The flowers! Don't touch them! Drifting. Oh, this one's tedious. This one's so tedious. We have to wait for things all the time. The shrine, the chest is down in the water there, look. You can reach it from here. Now this one here, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to send an arrow around there, but if you look really carefully, what you can do is you can do one from here. Like that. And then create your own ice block. Just do it that way. Rather than use the prescribed method. And while you're at it, have that chest. Not. Because the course, wooden chests float on water, so you've got to be nice to look under them to get them. Nice arrows times 5, that's good. I'll have them, thank you very much. And there we go. That's another one done. So by the time I get to Hateno village and complete the shrine in Kakariko village, that'll be me getting a few more. So we are currently in the middle, and the easy way to get to the edge. No! You must not hurt the flowers. She's quite patient at the moment, but she puts you back at the beginning, which is the easy way out. I'm not going to do the third time, but I will do the second.
Huh?
The third one. Yeah. She goes nutsy on you, but she also hurts you. She's a bit batty. You need to go back up there. So the easiest way. It's very fast flowing here though. And that's Floret Sandbar completed. Now the tower for that one, for that area, is quite an easy one to get. So I'll go and get Kakariko village first. Which, it's weird because Kakariko village directs you in a bit of a weird way. There's actually an official path. You can just go over the top here. So we're heading to the Pillars of Livia. I believe, if I'm right, there are some cobbling jockeys just outside of here, not chicken jockeys, hanging around in the general area at the entrance fields to Kakariko village. I think there's a couple of them. Oh, chicken jockeys. There they are, look. Cobbling jockeys. Not chicken jockeys. And it's going to get dark dismal again. What you can do though, if you're crafty, is you can make them despawn. Fly over here. From an €80 throat. Yeah, when I went to see that movie, Jonathan, I didn't actually know about that. I didn't know about that because it was quite early when we went to see it, like one of the early showings. And I was like, why are they cheering at this particular section of the movie? Why are they cheering? And then Chicken Jockey came and I was like, what is this all about? Yeah, that's an egg cup. €80 is an egg cup. Have you seen price of popcorn at Alton's? Actually, oh, evil goat, evil goat, evil goat. Yeah, price of popcorn at Alton Towers. Comes in tubs. It's like they don't make it fresh. It's shipped in, and it's just like butter kissed. Loons, I made it. Yes, the smoke. You made what? Oh, Randall's in! Everybody, stop talking about him now. Randall's in. He's made it in. There we go. Craparico village. Let's go and get the shrine so I get the walk point. Did you bring the popcorn?
What?
Yeah, and I landed in a field full of pumpkins. No. It was a bit warm. I didn't know International Day of Latex. I shall delay my latex wearing. Yeah, it was very, very warm here earlier. Why are you in some rubber then? I'm guessing you're in rubber then. You need to put photos up if you are. Oh, I didn't wear full rubber net last weekend. Right, so this gets me what? So I can get back here quickly, and based on where my previous warp is, it's quite a big area of map to die on. Cool, I will see you on all three in a bit. So there you go. Right, let's go and see Impa. And strangely enough, Impa is in the biggest house. Hello, Hez. You enjoy your lurk. Lurky McDurkington. So this is Impa's house. Oh, she's there, look. It's on the deck. It's on the deck. It's on the deck. She's learning to be the Karate Kid. Did you know that? Did you know? I'm sorry, I'm going to destroy a childhood film for you, lot of you here. You know that in Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso was the bad guy. And the original Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso, started it all. Because he tried to hit on somebody else's girl. He got sand kicked in his face, essentially. And then went full on nutty violence with them. And ended up learnt karate to try and fight somebody.
So, you're finally awake.
And Mr. Miyagi should not have taught him karate if the reason
It has
for
been
learning
quite
karate
a
was
long
revenge.
time, Link.
It's one of the first rules of
I am
karate.
much older now.
So there you go. Sorry I've
you
destroyed a childhood
remember
film
me,
for you.
Don't you?
Freddy Krueger was a good guy as well.
Ah,
No, I don't remember the name Impa.
oh,
I've just been saying it for the last 10 minutes. Let's go and see Impa. Impa, 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 Impa.
ah.
You're a big fan of that Thanos yourself. Well, yeah, I mean, the story with Freddy Krueger is basically he was... The parents were judge, jury and executioner. So he was basically trialed in a Quango court. Executed. And then they wonder why he's coming back for the kids.
Oh.
And of course we all know that Indiana Jones... Well... Indy did nothing in the first film. Just did Magneto.
Oh,
Wait, she looks 100 as well. Look at that mouth. She could suck chips through a fence, that woman.
oh.
So, I've done the thing. I'm not allowed to touch that, so I'm not even going to bother touching that. So she's basically... I am. So she now sends me on the next task. Very well. Recount.
The history
Well,
of
Randall,
the
you know
royal
what to do.
family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages. This evil has been turned back time and time again by a warrior wielding the soul of a hero and a princess who carries the blood of the goddess.
Daddy Ganon. No!
With the passage
Daddy
of
Ganon.
time,
Daddy Ganon.
each conflict with
is in
Ganon
Tears of the Kingdom.
faded into legend.
You're about
So listen
sexy Zaddy
closely
Ganon.
as I tell you of this legend that
Because
occurred
I think half the gay community,
10,000
half the gay
years
gamer
ago.
community would do Daddy Ganon.
Hyrule was then blossoming as a highly advanced civilization. Even the most powerful monsters posed little threat
There were all
to
sorts
the
of little Easter
denizens
eggs in
of
this
the
as
realm.
well.
The people thought it wise to utilize their technological prowess to ensure the safety of the land should Calamity Ganon ever return. They constructed 4 mechanical wonders that came to be known as the Divine Beasts.
4 divine
They
beasts.
also built a legion of autonomous weapons called Guardians.
No, this is not Daddy Ganon. This Ganon has no endearing features at all.
The Divine Beasts were piloted by 4 individuals of exceptional skill from across the land. And thus, the plan to neutralize Ganon was forged.
And then it went wrong.
Upon Ganon's inevitable return to Hyrule, the
Yeah,
princess
Ganon in this one
and
is
the
a creature.
hero fought alongside
massive
these 4
monster.
champions.
So at no
against
point
his
does he take a
ancient
human form in this game.
The Guardians were tasked with protecting the hero as the Divine Beasts unleashed a furious attack upon their terrible foe. And when the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness delivered his final blow, the princess used her sacred power to seal away Calamity Ganon. Oh. Oh.
He underestimated his power. In order to avoid making the great mistake again, the princess left you these words.
Oh.
Really? So, we have to go and free the Divine Beasts. So this now shows me where they are. I know where they are.
Oh.
I've played this game far too many times to know exactly where the Divine Beasts are and what they look like and how to get to them. So we get a new objective. And this is where we get a request to go to Hateno Village for Locked Memories, which is the camera. We'll go and get the camera room. Seek out input is now complete. And I've just accidentally set up the talks word again. So that's where she can basically, if you missed a bit of story, she can reiterate it for you. So my options are, because I've got that shrine there, so I can walk back up there. It's easier to just walk than it is to climb. So I'll walk back up there and go and do that shrine. That shrine is a combat shrine, but it's a training one. So it's quite an important one, because it shows you how to parry. If you're playing this game, I would say, if you're playing this game for the first time, I would say make that one of your first shrines. It teaches you the basics of combat, so it's parrying, shield blocking, and, charged attacks. It also gives you an 8-fold blade, which is not bad. So you get a couple of chests in here. You get one of them containing an 8-fold blade. There we go. My inventory's full, so ditch something crap. Right, I can now start getting rid of axes. I'll get rid of that one. Grab the 8-fold blade, because it's not bad. Good spinny weapon. And then at the other side, you get a rather extended shield, if I remember correctly. Yeah. A shield of the mind's eye, an actual decent shield. So I'll equip that. I'll equip the 8-fold blade. Let's go into the middle. So this one's not as bad as some of the other ones, because it's a tutorial. So this is, first of all, is use a side hop. So it's target the enemy, strafe, jump. We're basically doing this. Put my weapon away. And we get a flurry rush. Which is that. And then the backflip is for the spinning attacks. So this is the same sort of thing, it's just we go backwards instead. We'll wait for him to go, preempt it, no, bit too late. There we go. And we'll get a flurry rush. Press Y, smash Y. And then we get, I think it's a charged attack. Oh no, it's a parry next. So perfect guard is a parry. So we hold your shield, and then when he hits you, you go basically to that. And then charged attack is this one. So you basically, this is the easiest one to do actually, because you just do this. There we go. So that's your basic counter attacks. Once you can parry, once you can do a perfect parry, you can kill a divine beast. Divine beast. You can kill a guardian. And I would suggest you start on the decayed ones first. Now these weapons here, the guardian weapons, don't be tempted to get too many of them, because they don't last. They're quite powerful, but they've got the strength of tissue paper. So don't be tempted to get millions and millions of them, because the only place you really need them is when you are fighting. If you are fighting Thunderblight Ganon, you need non-metallic. They're also handy if you're running across Hyrule in a thunderstorm and you need to keep a sword out, but you don't want it to be, you don't want to die of a lightning strike, because they're non-conductive. But yeah, don't keep loads of them, they're not that good. the next shrine done. That puts me on 3 shrines. Now, if I want another shrine, if I leave Kakariko Village and head towards there, what will happen is I will come down. If I go out to the back of Kakariko Village, so that way it takes you out to the marshlands. There is a shrine down there though. Couple of marshes, look, there's a couple of shrines. The way we need to go is out to the top of the village. And there's a really handy stable. There's somebody else in this game who's absolutely bonkers. Called Hino. Hino is 5 cans short of a 6-pack. You need to know when a blood moon is. Makes you mad. And there are a couple of occasions where you do need to know where a blood moon is. There are a couple of Koroks down here as well. There's a puzzle on the wall just coming up. Just a metal block puzzle. So when you see these things on the walls, they're Koroks. See it there, look, just appearing. We also start getting some gems. So these, we'll whack them with a hammer. See the lights you get. Rock salt, good for cooking. So here's the Korok puzzle. And the other person we meet down here is Hestu. For the first time. So first of all, that's for the Korok puzzle. So I need to put myself into the easiest mode, and then you're basically just matching those 2 patterns. Copying the patterns. This one's an easy one. Some of them you're working in 3D spaces and they're a little more creative. So there's a Korok, look, and I've got a load hung behind me, look. Got a load hung behind me. Lots and lots of them hung behind me. Look, all the lots of little Koroks, all made by my lovely wife. So let's go. You're not Hestu. Of course we have. Time we got some goblins. There's another one. Ah. Over his head. So you have to destroy the heads of everyone for them to collapse. Right. If these have a name, we're usually good. Ooh. If it says Traveller, they hurt. So he's a travelling trader. He's got a few bits. I think he's gems. Got a couple of bits of a cobbling stuff. Fine. Well, Hestu hasn't got his maracas at the moment. Because one of the jobs we need to do is we need to rescue Hestu's maracas. Hestu is down here. There he is. And he goes, Shakala! Shalaka, oh, Shalaka. Shalaka! Oh, you can see me! Hestu! The monsters up there stole his beloved maracas. And this is where we get to meet our first... black bokoblin. So we're heading up in power levels now. Now you're better off staying up here if you can. And surprise attacking the little shits. So there's the black bokoblin, look. See him? Fast asleep. So what we can do because we have a decent bow and some bomb arrows, we can deal with them fairly easily. So one of them is dead. There we go. Easy. All because of bomb arrows. And because the lady loves milk tray. And I think that gives me something quite nice as well. I will not destroy that with an 8-fold blade. That's a waste of a decent blade. And let's hit the weapons. Full shield, all of that. And here's Hestu's Maracas. And the wonderful thing is, because I have Korok Seed already, I can now go and increase my pouches. There you go, you big soft thing. Oh no, they don't shake. Go on then. Guess what I've got? Yep, I have one. So my weapon stash making bigger. I can hold one more sword. There we go. There's an extra slot. We can head down here. Now as we get to the bottom of here... Crash? Crash what? Have you had a crash? We certainly ain't, and I've certainly still got a stream live. I did just lose a couple of frames, but... Right, so the guy that stands over there, we avoid. You see him. He is a nasty piece of work at this point of the game. So we avoid that lad. There is another Korok. It's off this bridge. I think there's a thing you have to throw. I'm back. Ah, that was probably a you thing then. It weren't certainly weren't a me thing. It's there, look. So what you can do with this, because I've tried for years doing this one, I couldn't figure out how to do it. And what you do is you put some magnesis in front, and you can. Sometimes get in there. Two Korok seeds. You see the stable. Ignore him. Caught with them little shits because they just annoy the tits off me. And what you need to do on this one for the shrine is you need to go up there. Because the shrine is surrounded by the shrine is surrounded by thorns. So you need to go up above it and then drop in. See? can't easily just burn them either because they're in water. What I tend to do is jump from above. I think it's further back where I normally go up. Now sometimes if Link assumes a certain position you can just let go and he stays there. So I don't think you can climb a shrine. I can hear a goat again. I wonder if it's evil. Ooh, I love that though. Oh, it's sparkly as well. That means it's got something valuable in it. It's got amber. Let's go up here and then we'll fly into the shrine. Here comes the sun. Doo -doo -doo. Here comes the sun. So you can get onto the little flat platform here. Yeah, I think so. I'll see when stream's done actually, I'll see. Oh no, 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 no. I've just lost that. I don't think I'm going to quite make it back up to the flat bit. Nope. Oh, this is where you need a boss. This is where you need dirt. This is where you need Rivali's Gale. Rivali's Gale would be easy, you're just like, you're in. Without Rivali's Gale, you're doing it the old-fashioned way. I mean, you've only got 4 hearts. Although I think my next one might be a stamina. Because I hate having one stamina wheel. So that's the little piece there. It's just a little bit flatter, look. Nope, he's not going to make it up there. Any other quicker ways up? Apart from the waterfall, obviously. But guess what? I ain't got that one either. Try the other side. There's one here, flat platform. Oh, fish! Excellent. It's a random fish. You don't need to be that high. You just need to drop on flat platform right on the side. I don't think that. I think that's saying it's too steep. Too steep to stand on. I think I'm gonna have to play the game and come a bit further back. Come from further back there. So that is a dead link. With red writing, so it thinks I've died of fire. So where did it last save? Better not be miles back. No, it isn't. Right, can I do it from the tower? Because you know I'm doing all this and I didn't think, why don't I just go to the tower? Oh god, it's one of them. My least favourite mob. Almost as annoying as next. Yeah, I might be able to make it from here. Yeah, I was thinking, all that time I was thinking, oh, let me do this, and then I was suddenly like, you know, and while I'm at it, I'll have them. Rusty broadsword, I'm not bothered with that. So can I make it all the way to there? That's the next question. Or am I going to hit the thorns? I think I'm going to hit the thorns. I think I'm going to be a little bit short and I'm going to hit those thorns. Ow! Yep, I hit the thorns. But yeah, they're not burnable thorns. So I'm going to put them further round. Do the climbing stages. So there's a flat piece. That's my nearest flat piece there. Ooh, hello. Goodbye. That's squashing slugs. You trod on a slug. Oh, that's quite good as well. So it's giving you practice with getting chests. Blobby, blobby, blobby. Oh, we need blobby, blobby, blobby back. I know you're an annoying shit, but we do need him back. Oh, it's back down again. I were up earlier when I went on. But it was up, but the all the things had gone. All the mods that allow us to do all the various things like the non-combat creatures and stuff like that. So it was a little bit scary. Don't you start. Server key settings, yeah. Them. I've done this wrong. See if I can get back onto that little bit there so I can get some energy back. No, I'm not coming down that one then. This is a problem. So bloody weak. Oh, I'm guessing you've not seen it for a while then. Looneyland is, yes, it's getting big. Although it's not that big because it does despawn when you get further away. So it's not like you see it, you have to see it all at once. It's big enough to be outside spawn range. Oh, thank God for that. I think I want to do it this time. I've got no stamina food. I thought I could. I'll go across that. There we go, I've done it. Done it. This is where I needed to get up on here. Because then what you do is you jump down onto the shrine from above. Oh, opal. Opal foods made to make your mouth water. So you jump down onto there from above. And then you can get the shrine. And once you've got the shrine, the spikes disappear. Water guides. Oh, this is the one where you have to put the water blocks in the wall here. Trying out this one to use those like that. Using them sideways. Same here. Now I think the chest is down below one of these actually. And you have this big puzzle here. And you have 3 blocks to make the ball move. Push the first one, you need to divert it like that there. That knocks it onto there. And then the second one. What's that? And the third one. Just the last bit of it, I think it's about there. Yeah, there we go. It's my 4th orb, which means I can get another blob of stamina or another heart. That's 4. Got my hearts refilled. And the thing I was saying about the stables is, with this stable, we have a guy who tells us the moon phase. Trying to use a lot of that one. And Hino is just going out now, look. Oh, there he is. That's Hino. Oh. So it tells you about the moon. Oh. If you remember last time I played this, my first blood moon was actually glitched.
Oh.
So you go tonight's moon.
Oh.
Tonight is a crescent moon. That tells you the phase. Now if you come back to him and he says, I'm getting that feeling again. You what? Your birthday parade? No, I didn't.
Oh.
Somebody's listening in. If you go to a lot of the stables as well, there's a book on a table. If you read that, it's not all the stables, there's a book on a table. If you read that, it gives you cuckoos. Never hit a cuckoo. Yeah, I guess you can have them apples if you want to. Good job. Well, that would as well. Nick all the things. And there's a dog there. If you feed the dog some good meat, it will show you where something cool is. So now I've got those 2 shrines. What it's a good opportunity to do is to come down from Kakariko Shrine. No, you need to tell me more about your birthday parade. You're not on about somebody else, are you? Because I know it was somebody else's birthday. Somebody who might be a little bit racist. And possibly is the leader of a certain country. Here we go. So we go back to Tillineg Shrine. And we need to cross the valley. Because what we get if we cross the valley. Oh right, oh boy, oh. I share my birthday with Gary Glitter. Poor me. Across the valley. And we're basically heading south now. Just as Boy George. Yeah, my birthday, it's Gary Glitter, David Attenborough, H from Steps, and Marcus Bristock, if you know who he is. He's actually exactly the same age as me. We were born on exactly the same day. Evil goat! So there you can see, look, that is the one that is up on the Julian Peaks. But we're not going up to that one just yet, because it's a bit nipply up there. Evil goats! The only thing with this valley here about to cross is there are two guardian stalkers on it. So you have to be very careful not to make those two things aware of your presence, because if you do, you can easily end up a bit dead. So there you go, there's one of them, look. So if he sees me, I am essentially toast. You might see me as I fly through air. So it looks like I've dodged that one. So that's that one. And then there's one there. So even though you think there's one, there's actually two, because there's one over there and one over that lower platform. I've screwed that up, I didn't mean to do that. Weather's getting a bit better, look. So I could actually end up head up Julian Peaks, even though I haven't got the thing, because the cool thing with Julian Peaks is it's a really good location to have the shrine, even if you've just got the warp point, because it's really high up and it's good for flying to lots of places. I'm a good loony, you leave that alone. You pat me. Fly up here. There is actually something really cool up here as well. So it's beeping me about the shrine. There's this cave up here. An abandoned building. Oh. And you're gone. There's this here where if you make a sacrifice, get the Crucifliners. You get the Crucifliners if you put an apple in there. You get another Korok. And then the cool thing is, which I didn't realise after, is you can take the apples. You can actually, if you can pick the apples up, you can take them. And they're yours. So it's a source of free apples. No, I can always get those later. And the problem you get up here, of course, is that the shrine that I think I'm heading to is right at the other side of the Julian Peaks. So you think, oh, look at that, I'm headed up to that. No, you're not. But what you do get from this is you get access. You can get to it though, so what you do is you fly from this peak here. Now you do suddenly get cold up here. I think it's just up here, you can see it suddenly goes, phew, it's cold. But what you can do is you can fly over. Oh, there's a Korok. Whenever you see a rock in a high place, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to be a Korok. So we have, if you notice, there's platforms there. But what we need to do is we need to fly over to there. We need to land on this, and then we need to climb up again. And what it does is it lulls you into a false sense of security, because you think, oh look, it can't be that bad to climb up. Yeah, bad call. Basically they make that one fairly inaccessible. But you can see the shrine under there, look. So that's the highest of the Julian Peaks. You can also now see into Faron. Now there is, if I remember right, I hope I've got this right, there's an outcrop somewhere around here that you can just go on top. What you have to do is you have to find an outcrop that's at the right angle to stand on. I thought there was one round here, but I could be wrong and about to die. I'm gonna die. That's me dead. It might take me back to the first peak with any luck. It has, it took me back to the first peak, so we're in luck because that means I can just drop down here and get that one at least. Once I've got this warp point, I'll just do that one later because I can do that one once, the top one once I've got you could teleport out before you fall, but then I'd rather die and stay there than teleport out to a location. Right, I can't do those two because they're paired. However, the reason I've come up here is because, oh, look at that there. Look at what we have here. So if you drop onto there, get your energy back, you have one of the easiest towers in the game. Go. Easiest tower in the game. Faron Tower's quite easy as well because you can drop onto that one. So that's quite a big section. I like this one. Got lovely music. There we go. So that's now shows us where Kakariko Village is. Yeah, I mean, there's another game that's coming out soon that's it's promised to be Valheim and this crossed, and I'm like, if they do it well, it could be amazing. If they do it badly, then they're going to make no friends. So yeah, I think there's a tower up here. A tower. I think there's a nasty man up here. There's an evil goat. You know, from one of the embankments here, I think there's a rock person. You made out of rocks. Yes, there's an evil goat. You. Get some energy back. I'll start climbing. A bit too high, yeah. So we head up here. There's a slightly flatter section, look. Should be able to get a purchase on that surface. Or perhaps not. Yes, we can get purchase. Yeah, it's amazing the steepness of some of the surfaces you can actually grab on. Ah, is this it? I think this is it. It wakes up. The rock wakes up and goes, that one. Goes, ah, I'm a rock. I think it's an elder one as well, this one. Oh yes, a senior. There we go. One talus. So that one gives you decent enough rocks. First rubies. Good call going up there. So what have we achieved in this stream? We have achieved the Great Plateau, that much map, and that many shrines. I think that has been a successful little trip through Hyrule. Don't you guys? Let me see. Right. Who do we have playing this very game at the moment? Let's raid into them with a mini raid. So who do we have? We have... They're probably all going to be playing the new version, because it's all amusing. Breath of the Wild. Oh, we got playing. We've got a few people playing. Oh, who's got a video? German. No good. Well, raid message. This is the bit I've not sorted out. I need to sort out some raid messages. So you need to just basically say to them, I need to make some... Oh, yeah, I've appeared. So we've got... I need to sort out some raid messages that we can put on. This is just where I need to learn. So we've got somebody playing SRB. I mean, there's no video, unfortunately. I don't like them with video. We've got Cheesewood. Cheesewood 842. Let's raid Cheesewood. That sounds interesting. Apologies if this is awful. Cheesewood 842. I need to spell cheese right. It says English. No camera, unfortunately, but let's see what we get, eh? It's a risk we are willing to take. Well, you never know. I found you that way, Mr. Raymaker, so, you know. Keep shining.